Hey everyone, it's Sarah Fleming from Prepare to Die Papercrafts, and today we're going to make this little box. It's a sliding box that holds this thing of Mentos gum. Mine is empty because you can't put gum in my craft room and expect me to not chew it for more than 5 minutes. So I made this one with the Merry Little Labels stamp set. That one is retiring. It's guaranteed through December 21st, but after that it'll be while supplies last. But I made it with this one, but I'm going to make, and I used the Christmas Around the World paper, which is also retiring. And I'm going to change it up a little bit because I'm going to make it for the green Mentos gum, which has not been in my craft room for longer than 5 minutes, and so I haven't chewed it yet. So, but we're going to do it with Berry Burst and go with a little more fun Christmas palette. And we're going to use the Labels to Love stamp set. So, same punch. But, oh, I'm going to have to move this because my paper piercer just rolled under my thing. Okay, and I'm going to need that. Okay, so I'm starting with a piece of Berry Burst cardstock. This is 6 inches by 3 3/4. And we're going to score it on the long edge at 1 1/8 and 4 7/8. Or you can just flip it around and do 1 1/8 from the other end. And on the short end, we're going to do 1 1/8 again. I'm just going to do it this way. And 2 5/8. 5. Okay. So there we are on the scoring. You could do that with your trimmer or with your Simply Scored, if you've got one of those. And I'm just going to snip these lines all the way around. Well, not all the way around, just on the long outside edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and nick off a little bit so that these flaps don't show up above the box. All right, so we've got that done, and then I've got, well, let's do the box and then we'll do the sliding lid. So I'm just folding everything. It's probably a good idea to burnish it all since you want it to hold in box shape. So just burnish it all with your bone folder. Okay, and then, yep, that folds in the right way, but I think I cut off the wrong edges. Yeah, I need to cut off, oh, I cut them the wrong way. I need to cut here. So we'll do that. And for purposes, you know, cut off on the short ends and not on the long ends. So yours will look better than mine. Okay. I'm not big on video editing, so y'all are actually going to see that. Little boo-boo. That's okay. Alright, so now I'm going to put tape the top and bottom of each of these flaps. Each of the flaps that I wedged. And I'm using the Terran tape, which is really good tape for boxes. You could also use Fast Fuse for it, but if you really want to make sure it's going to stick, go with the Terran tape. The liquid glue would also work, but it's a little fiddly for boxes. So let's say put one here. Just want this to stay close, so that's why I'm putting so much tape on. So this is just a fun little extra to stick under the tree for someone or in a stocking. All right, let's get all these little ow, I stabbed myself. So be more careful than I am. Don't stab yourself. I'm making a big old mess. But that's how I craft. I'm a messy crafter, as you know if you've watched my videos before. Oh, got one more. I can hear my toddler waking up from her nap and my big kid's starting to get restless, so it's a good thing this is a short video. Okay, so I'm going to pull in this edge and line it right up with the edge, with the corner. Tape that down. Same here, just lining up the very corners. That one too, and then one more. Well, your flaps are on the inside, and mine look funny because I cut the wrong flaps. So just remember, cut them on the short edges, not on the long edges. All right, so there's the base of our box, and our little gum fits in great. And then this is from the Color Theory Designer Series paper, and this one is 3 7/8 or 6 by 3 7/8. And on the long end, we're gonna score at 7/8. 2 1/8, 3 3/4, and 5 inches. And that's all the scoring we do on that. You don't really need to burnish on the designer paper because it's thinner than the cardstock. And then I'm going to put tear and tape right along the longer one. No, the shorter one. Because I'm going to put the longer one over top of it. Or with the wider one. I think this is the skinnier one. So we'll peel that off if we can get our... There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold this over and flat. So that's how you know it's going to be kind of a perfect rectangular cube thingy, is that it'll tape down when it's flat. So let's see if that slides the way it's supposed to. Perfect. So that slides right over the box. That's very cute. So let's decorate our little box. I have the 7/8 inch striped ribbon. This is gorgeous ribbon. It's retiring. It's in the holiday catalog. I love it. I think it's $5 for 5 yards. But it's really cool. It's got wires in it, so you can actually fiddle with it and make it stay. So that's fun. I saw someone use it on a wreath the other day, and it was gorgeous. And when I'm putting ribbon on something, I usually go for the tear and tape, because it seems to really do a good job of sticking to ribbon, even if it's just kind of no matter what kind of ribbon it is. So if I can get these little peels off, I'm not. Yeah, part of the problem is it's getting dark, so I can't see. I can't see where the edges are. So I'm just going to stick that right across there. And actually we can lay that flat, because that might actually help a little bit. And then I've got some silver sequin trim here. I love this trim, one of my very favorite embellishments right now. And I've already cut out a piece. How long is this? This is about maybe 13 or 14 inches. And so I'm just gonna fold it twice, or loop it twice. And then what I like to do, and I like to make sure that the thread that holds this stuff together is on the back. So that thread that runs across the back, I always just make sure that that's on the back on all of the loops. And so that I'm going to grab a glue dot, stick it right in the middle just to hold it together. And then I'm going to stick that down right in the middle of my ribbon. And we'll fiddle with how it looks later, but I think I'm going to like that. And then, oh, I didn't get out my white cardstock, but it's right here. So then here's a piece of Whisper White. I actually think this might be thick Whisper White, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm actually gonna color this in. I'm gonna color in the stamp with, so I'm going to, my video flipped off and I'm not sure why. So I have the Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. No, I can't read that. Merry Christmas and best wishes for a Happy New Year here. And I'm gonna color in the stamp, I'm going to color in the Merry Christmas part with Berry Burst. This is just my Berry Burst Stampin' Right marker. These are water-based markers. You do not want to do this with alcohol markers because you'll stain your stamps and it won't actually stamp for you because the alcohol dries so fast. So, if you want to make sure that you're not getting any on anything else, you can just take a baby wipe and wipe off all the other parts of the stamp to make sure. I'm going to do the little Christmas trees and the inside stripes with the Emerald Envy marker. Let's make sure I got all of that. I use the brush end of the marker. That's much easier for coloring. And I'm going to do these stripes here. I think I'll actually go ahead and do the rest of the sentiment too with Emerald Envy. I'm going to wipe this off of the outside frame because the outside frame I'm going to do in Lemon Lime Twist. And this will dry before you get to the stamping, but you'll just huff on it to kind of bring it back to life. I'm just coloring this little frame part. Oh, I guess you can't see if I'm not on the camera. Sorry about that. I'm working against the baby clock here, so the toddler clock. All right, one more little loop. Now we're good, I think. I think I've gotten it all. And then we're just going to huff on it to reactivate all the ink that's dried. And then I'm going to stamp it down. I'll leave it there for a second. Oh, that's cute. So that came out in the 3 different colors. And then I've got the Everyday Label Punch, which is hooray, carrying forward after the holiday catalog. I was really hoping it would because it's my favorite. So I've got that, and I'm going to stick that on dimensionals. And then we're about done. Let me look at my original box. Yes. Oh, yeah. Then some sequins. And then we're done. And there we go. Stick this on. You could put the dimensionals on the thing so that you don't have to worry about getting them in the right spot, but I think this will work. And then I'm just going to pull out some. Now when I'm looking for sequins, I put them in the lid and then pull out the ones that I want. So I've got some black, white, and then I'll grab a silver. It's a lot easier to dig through a lid's worth than it is to dig through the whole container of sequins. These are the metallic sequin assortment. I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen. It is a fine tip glue. Let's see, we'll put one here. Oh, that's too much glue. I wasn't expecting it that fast. And we'll put one here. Whoa, I must have a bubble that's pushing everything out because it's never come out like this before. And one down here. Okay. Get the lid back on. And then let's see how we go. There you go. There's your little box. And I'll put up the supply list so you can find anything just by clicking on the links to my store if you want to buy any of the things to make this. I'll see you next time. Bye.